Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Toy Collector Review with me, Sergeant Geek. And today we're going to go into part 2 of our Transformer collectibles. We got some more Generation 1 for you guys, so we're going to take a quick look at those and see what's going on. And mind you, some of these are missing some parts. This is my collection that me and my son built a couple of years back, and we're slowly building it. And I'm going to leave a link in the description for a guy that does decals. But on a quick note, just before we get started, there's another YouTube channel that's up and coming. He's a close buddy of mine. Me and him served together in the military, and he does a gaming channel. Now, I don't watch a lot of gaming videos, but my son does, and I took a look at some of his videos. He does play some Assassin's Creed, looks like some Witcher, and he does a lot of Call of Duty. And I must say, you know, watching the Call of Duty is quite entertaining. The guy's pretty good at it. So I'm going to leave a link in the description to his channel. So if gaming videos is something you guys enjoy to watch, go ahead and check him out. But let's get into this video. Alright guys, the first Transformer we're going to be looking at is a combiner from Generation 1 by the name of Superion. Now, he first appeared in the Transformers cartoon as a counter to the Decepticons' domination of aerial warfare. And as you can see here, this is not the original Superion. This is a cheap knockoff that I have on my shelf as the display because I like the way it looks there, and I also like the way the aerial bots look in plane mode. So I got my original ones in the configuration of plane mode on my display shelf, but I have him in the background as a display piece. He's plastic, he's not really worth anything, but he looks cool to display with the original G1s. So let's just take a quick look at the real Generation 1 aerial bot Transformers. Alright, here we have Silverbolt. Now, Silverbolt is the leader of the aerial bots, and he's pretty cool because he's sporting a little bit of gold trim here, as you can see. Now, I do have his original weapon and everything, but since I have them displayed in airplane mode, all their accessories are pretty much tucked away. I tried looking for them, but I have so many figures and so many toys, and the accessories are just pretty much in a bag. Eventually I'm going to have to get around to actually sorting that stuff out and labeling it. But you saw the weapon. His weapon is the same one as you saw in the cheap knockoff. There's no real difference to it. But this is Silverbolt, and he transforms into a very cool plane. Let's take a look at that right now. And there it is. He actually transforms into a Concorde jet. Now, there was very few of those actually made in real life, and I think he's the only Transformer ever to be made to replicate that aircraft. It's pretty cool. He's pretty big. I actually like it. It's a pretty cool transformation. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at his teammates. And here we have Skydive. Now, Skydive is the team's resident bookworm. He knows a lot of aerial tactical maneuvers. He's a great asset to the team, but he doesn't have a lot of confidence in himself. And it shows in the cartoon. As you can, when you watch the cartoon, you can actually see that. He's a pretty cool little airplane. In robot mode, the aerial bots are very simple to transform into robots, and they look really good when they're in airplane mode. So let's take a quick look at his airplane mode. Here's his airplane mode. He is actually an F-16 Alpha Fighting Falcon, and he's pretty cool. As you can see, just like with him and Silverbolt and pretty much all the other aerial bots, they do have landing gear that drops in the front. I forgot to mention that with Silverbolt, but it is a cool feature on these aerial bots. And as you can see with this aerial bot right here, he's got the Thunderbolts painted on him. He's pretty cool. Like I said, he is the tactical genius of the team. So let's go ahead and take a look at one of the other aerial bots on the team. Let's check him out now. Alright guys, and this guy right here is Air Raid. Now, Air Raid to me is kind of like the Daredevil that charges head on into battle and performs all kinds of crazy maneuvers trying to stun out his opponent. But he's a pretty cool little Transformer here. Once again, as you can see, very simple, very easy design, simple design to him. But let's go ahead and check out his airplane mode. And as you can see here, he transforms into a McDonnell Douglas F-15 Eagle. Now this is a very popular aircraft back in the 80s when the Transformers are out. And like I said, this is very cool. I love the way the aerial bots actually, they're smaller than the action figures of like Starscream and Thundercracker and stuff like that. But they are really good detailed aircrafts. They're really cool. And I like them a lot, especially, and I love to have them in display in this form. I'm just a big airplane nut. But let's go ahead and take a look at the next Transformer on this list. Alright guys, this here is Fireflight. Some people call him Firefly, some people call him Firestrike. I guess it just depends on what part of the globe you live on. But this here is the daydreamer of the group. He tends to fly and look around him and not take into his surroundings, and almost causes near crashes and collisions with the other aerial bots. But all in all, he's a good member of the team. So let's take a look at this one in his airplane mode. Alright, and in airplane mode, he turns into another McDonnell Douglas, but this one is the F4 Phantom II. Once again, this is another highly popular plane back then in the 80s. Looks really good. I like it a lot. Once again, there's really not much more I can say about these aerial bots that hasn't been said already. But once again, let's go and take a look at another aerial bot transformer. Alright, and here we have Slingshot. Now Slingshot is kind of a jerk and a loudmouth in the show, but that's because he always feels he has to prove himself, being that he is the smallest one in the squad. But like I said, this one I think you're gonna like too. Once again, this Transformers airplane mode is another popular 80s aircraft, so let's just go right into it. And as you can see here, he transforms into a British Aerospace Sea Harrier. It's the same aircraft used by the Marines, and it was a very popular airplane toy back in the 80s. And as you can see, he doesn't have a landing gear in the front that comes down. He actually has his landing gear in his chest all the time, kind of similar to the aircraft itself. But once again, this is very cool. I used to love playing with this when I was a kid. I actually had this one when I was younger. It is very cool, guys. Alright guys, here's two more bargain store goodies that I was able to find. This one here is another remake of BumbleBee. He's pretty cool. He's real small. He's about the same size as the original BumbleBee, but he has a lot more articulation and a little bit more complex to transform, but not difficult. As you can see here, he changes into this cool little car right here. Don't even get me lying to you guys. I don't even know what kind of car is that. If you know what kind of car he transforms into, leave it in the comments below, and I appreciate the information. But let's take a look at the next one. And here we have Cliff Jumper. As you can see, he's very similar to Bumblebee, very articulated, real cool. Once again, with these two figures, the only thing I didn't like is the way they set up the wheels. This is the only way I can get the figure to stand up, because the wheels kind of make his legs uneven. But let's take a look at him in his car mode. Very similar to Bumblebee, as you can see. The only difference is the color, and Bumblebee has those two racing stripes. But once again, it is a Transformer. I like them. They're cool, so I'm gonna collect them. Alright guys, that pretty much does it for this video here. Don't forget once again to check out my boy The Vet over at his channel. If video gameplay is your thing, then check out his channel. He's got a lot of good footage, and maybe you guys can join in on a game and challenge his squad to some Call of Duty or any of the other games that he be playing. Me on my PlayStation, I pretty much play strategy games. I might throw some videos of that here and there, and in the near future, I don't know, we'll see. Alright guys, that does it for this video here. Once again, like always, if you like what I'm putting out on this channel, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit subscribe. Once again, just to let you guys know, once I hit 100 subscribers, I'm going to be doing another giveaway. That's right, I'll be doing another giveaway on this channel when we get to 100. So if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. And if you got any ideas, suggestions for the channel, leave me a comment in the section below. Once again, this is Sergeant Geek, and I'm out.